This month in Poppy Loves Book Club, we're reading Left of the Bang by Claire Lowdon, published by Fourth Estate.
Hello everybody, welcome to Poppy Loves Book Club in Notting Hill. This month we have Claire Lowdon, and we will be discussing her book, Left of the Bang. Hello Claire.
Hi.
Nice
Lovely
to
be here.
Great. So your book is based in London.
It is.
And I wanted to ask you, what is your favourite area in London?
Oh, my favourite area in London. I think it's going to be the riverside actually. I love being by the Thames. When I first moved here, I lived in sort of London Bridge, Bermondsey. I thought that I was getting to know the city, but having lived here for a second time, I realised that for an entire year, the first time around, my geography was just completely off. I never had any idea where I was. And the one point of solid reference was the river, basically. And I would run around it and kind of lengthen runs by kind of adding a bridge. I loved it.
You've mentioned running. Does that mean you're a runner?
Yes, I am. I'm naturally incredibly unathletic. I was always the person kind of trying to shy off at school, but after I left school I got into running, and it's been actually incredibly useful for writing. It sounds weird, but often if I'm struggling with an idea, you go out on a run and without even thinking about it, your brain just sort of starts to deliver for you.
So this is your first book.
Yeah.
How did you get into writing?
Through reading, simply. I studied English at university, and I've found reading the most exciting thing in my life pretty much for as long as I can remember. I didn't write very much outside of school assignments as a teenager, but I always kept a diary. I was always very keen to record as much as I could about what was going on around me and who'd said what to whom at school. And then after I finished university, I think that was when I started writing more seriously and trying my hand at a few short stories to limber up, and it went from there.
And when you started writing a book about 30-somethings in London, did your friends all get nervous?
Some of them were certainly hoping that they'd make an appearance. Not just curious, I think, to know if we would be recognisable in it. I think I had quite a few people asking how autobiographical it was going to be.
Yeah, so to get to know a little bit more about you, I'm going to ask some questions about what would be the perfect day for Claire. Okay.
Ooh.
So, to guide you, where would you wake up?
I would wake up in Scotland, in Aberdeenshire. The air, the quality of the light is totally different, and I love going up there, so I wake up there.
Sounds good. What would you eat?
Bacon sandwich for breakfast.
Would you have the radio on in the background? Would you be listening to anything?
Saturday Review, actually. That's something I love to listen to. It's my favourite programme on Radio 4. And I never actually get to catch it on Saturday evening, so I always have it downloaded as a podcast, and then often find that I've let 3 weeks go by and I haven't listened to it, and I have them all stacked up. So with leisure time I would sit and I'd probably knit at the same time, and I'd listen to Saturday Review. Bliss.
And what would you be wearing?
A very big dressing gown. I have it in mind.
Okay, if you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be?
I think it's the old Hermione Granger gadget, the ability to pause time and rewind. She has this device, I can't remember the name of it, but it allows her to basically pause and go back and redo the last 5 hours. And it would be really handy, I think. It would be great. I always want to do about 3 times as many things as is actually possible to do. I'm sure everyone's the same, and that would allow me to do that.
That would be great.
Quite a surreptitious superpower, but I'd make good use of it.
And do you have a favourite book or something you're reading at the moment that you're enjoying?
I have just finished Slade House by David Mitchell, which I did enjoy. It's fantasy, and I read a lot of fantasy in my teens and haven't had time for it since. So it feels like quite an indulgence to me somehow. And I loved reading this. It was a real romp. But this year I have absolutely loved The Green Road by Anne Enright. It was longlisted for the Booker. And I think she's one of the best writers working now. Her and Zadie Smith on Beauty and NW, I think, are just masterpieces.
So many books spilling out.
It's a bad question. Let's put a stop there.
Great. Well, actually, I think everyone's going to start talking about the book, so we should join the book club.
Lovely. Very nice talking to you. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you, Claire, so much for coming over. It was a pleasure to have you. And everyone, see you next month for our next book.
Poppy Loves Book Club is no ordinary book club. Poppy Loves Book Club sees women from all around the world, all reading the same book at the same time. And then we all come together online on the last Wednesday of every month to discuss it. The really exciting bit is often the author joins us as well, so you can post your questions to them directly. If you would like to join Poppy Loves Book Club, it's really, really easy. There are just 2 things you need to do. Number 1, sign up. Number 2, join the Poppy Loves Book Club Facebook group. Just head over to my blog, poppyloves.co.uk, and follow the links to Book Club. I really look forward to seeing you online soon.